welcome to Health Talks today. I'm joined by Adele and we're going to talk about oil cleansing, which is maybe a new concept to some people.
I think it really is a new concept.
Yeah, I remember when I was first introduced to the idea of cleansing with oil, I just had this idea that I was going to be a massive oil slick.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that they're going to break out as well when they use oil. But why did you start using it?
Well, I was fortunate enough to meet someone who really knew their stuff about skin, and she was like, why are you not using this? I have very poor, like big pores and quite congested skin, and I also poured boiling water on my face when I was 1. So it's always been a bit troublesome.
And a little bit sensitive as well.
Yeah, so anyway, I was introduced to the idea because my skin is quite congested and I've never looked back. It's been amazing.
And the best thing about oil cleansing as well is that anybody can actually do it. So people with really, really oily skin, people with acne, congestion, anyone with rosacea, skin pigmentation, it's just a really beautiful way to cleanse, and it's so, so simple. And people are just scared of it.
I know they are. I think they think they're going to end up really oily and it's far from that. And maybe you can tell us why that is.
So my background is beauty therapy, and what I used to always advise my clients, one thing that they always used to think was the more I cleanse my skin, the better my skin will be.
So the more they use drying kind of soapy, foamy cleansers that really strip away the oils.
Yeah, and they used to love that feeling. So people love that squeaky clean feeling, and that is the worst thing that you can actually do for your skin. So what we used to do would advise them, cleanse with an oil. You're actually counteracting that excess oil production because there's enough already there. You're not stripping your skin and your body's not producing more oil to counteract the loss, so you're using oil instead.
Right, so what you're saying is because you're taking away the oil, the body thinks, hang on, there's no oil, so it goes and keeps on producing more and more, which leads to congestion.
That's right, and oily skin. And oily skin. And people often think their skin is oily when it's really not. People can have very, very dehydrated skin, and the cells actually flatten because there's no fluid or oil in them. So it's really, really interesting to see what people think of their skin. So, I mean, I'm looking at you and your skin is so nourished. I'm guessing because of the oil.
I've only changed, I only use a couple of products now. I want to show our viewers how beautiful this is. So it's basically just an oil, and you can buy this online. We like the one from Follow Nature. It's just a blend, isn't it? Of
it is. It's a sesame oil, jojoba, and I think there's also olive oil in that as well.
But it doesn't matter. There's other variations. It's sort of one of those things you need to work out what works for you. But this is sort of something that we would suggest, and we can put the details up of this in our follow-up post.
And it's a really simple product, and the best thing about it is that it's already there in a bottle. So I take this away with me. I travel with this, and it's one cleanser.
I know. Can I ask a question? Could you skip the moisturising process because of the oil cleanser, or should you?
I know people that do, and I know people that think not using a moisturiser is a great thing. I use an oil as a moisturiser, so some people also say to me that's oil overload, but my skin isn't oily. I get the occasional breakout as well. Hormonally, I do get a few breakouts, but I cleanse with that twice a day. And then I use either rosehip oil, coconut oil, or camellia oil on my skin. So I'm an oil-based girl.
Same.
Or you can definitely use a moisturiser. I would never skip using a moisturiser though.
You don't need to really do that.
You don't need to do that. The idea of this is your skin will take what it needs, and then you wash the excess off, as with any moisturiser or any oil. And if you're using an oil or a moisturiser that sits on top of the skin and makes it greasy and shiny, your body's absorbed what it can, so blot the rest off if need be, or switch to a lighter product.
Okay, yeah, I cleanse with this, and then I use a hot face washer and just wipe
that's
everything
perfect
off. And it removes your makeup as well, so it's
exactly.
Great.
And at night you can use it twice. So you're cleansing once to get rid of makeup, and then another time to get rid of dirt and oil. So
something else you've brought in today is this nifty Jade Roller, which is
been used since the 12th century by Chinese and Japanese women. So jade is a symbol of beauty and longevity, and we do actually use it. I use mine daily, and I just simply massage it all over my face.
So you use the product or the oil of what description with the Jade Roller?
Well, I cleanse, and then I go and use my oils, so coconut, camellia, rosehip, any of those, and I just simply massage it in. So it infuses the product really, really deeply within the layers of the skin, and it also smooths out wrinkles.
Yeah,
it's just
and scarring. It'd be good for scarring, I imagine.
It's just the most beautiful product. So it's easy enough to use. It's quite gentle actually. It's not.
Oh, it feels nice.
The weirdest thing is it does actually feel a little bit strange going over your forehead.
Does it?
when you first start to use it, but it's just gorgeous, and this is for the eyes. So,
so for those fine lines and wrinkles.
Yep, it's just gorgeous.
What an amazing concept. Where would you get something like that
all
from?
Online. You can get them all online. Just search Jade Rollers.
Okay, well, we'll put the information up in our follow-up post tomorrow. But thank you for bringing that in today. That's awesome. And thanks, everyone, for joining us today. We'll see you next time on Health Talks.